Hi, this presentation is to prepare you for creating a meeting so that you can hold a meeting and run a meeting. We'll be setting up for a meeting, we'll be setting the date and time, we'll be setting the reminder, we'll be setting the agenda items for the meeting. Now, I am not a fan of meetings. I wish I could live my life without meetings, but meetings serve a very important purpose in getting all of us together and getting all of us on the same page and coordinated well. So it's a necessary evil. One of the main things that people use Weaver for is to help them run their meetings very effectively. And so to do that, we need to set up for the meeting. What I've created here is a simple workspace. So the scenario is, imagine you've got a neighborhood organization. These are people that are dedicated to sort of making the neighborhood nicer. They want to do a few things for it. They want to increase their quality of life. And the main thing that they do is every year they put on a block party. And last year they put on a block party and it was pretty successful. So they're thinking about getting together and doing the same thing this year. So we need to have a planning session for it. So we make a workspace and we include all the people in it. First, let's take a look at the roles. Because it kind of, when you're setting up a meeting, you can either do this at this point in time or you may already have people set up there, but we have the members role set up with 4 people in it. And you can have, of course, as many people as you want to in a role, but this is important because the meeting will send notifications to the members of the workspace and it will sort of allow them in. It'll sort of keep track of them. So for everybody you want to come to the meeting, you want to make sure that they're here in the members. Now, of course, you can obviously have non-members in your meeting. You can also send email more or less manually to them, and they can access this. But typically, that's what you'll do is you'll set that up. If I go to the meetings tab, I'll find that there's no meetings there. So this is the first meeting we've ever had. It's pretty easy to create one. Just hit the plus button here and you're asked for what's this going to be about. Well, this is going to be a planning meeting for the block party. Okay, and we can set up a few other things, but we can also set that later. So I'm just going to click this. It's saying, well, you probably don't want that start time. Well, that's right. I'm going to go in and change the start time. So let me go ahead and do that. So here's the representation of the meeting. You've got all the details at top. So what do we want to do? First of all, let's, here, let me type some description of the meeting. So in the description of the meeting, we want to put basic information about what's going to happen at the meeting, what we're going to do, and a little bit of information about how to get to the meeting, where it is, contact details. If you're having an online meeting, you'll put a link in here into the WebEx or the GoToMeeting or whatever you're using to facilitate that. So basically all of the information about the meeting that you need, that you want to be sent to people so that they have it ahead of time to get there. We can, as I mentioned, set the date and time of the meeting. So let's go to here and let's change the meeting to be on Friday at 9 in the morning for some reason. We've got the title here. Now, how long is the meeting going to be? We're going to plan a meeting. It's going to be an hour, it's going to be 2 hours, whatever, it's going to be 30 minutes, whatever it's going to be. Put that in here. And this is for planning purposes so that you can figure out if you've got enough time to handle what you've scheduled. Right now we have nothing allocated, but we'll see that that will change later. How long before the meeting do you want to send the reminder? It depends on the kind of meeting it is. Often an hour ahead of time is good. In this case, I want to send the meeting reminder about 3 hours ahead of time. So, and of course it's telling you the reminder hasn't been sent. And remember earlier I said it depends on the role. Now you can, if you want, hold a meeting for a different role. You could create a special role, but most groups don't use it that way. That makes it a little bit more complicated, a little harder to do it. Typically, you make a working space for a set of people. That workspace is a circle. It's a working group, and the meeting typically involves everybody from the group. Like I say, you can do it differently. You can make it a lot more complicated, but that's typically what people do. Now we are currently in the draft state. Meetings have 4 states that they go through. Draft is where you're just typing in the first stuff. That's what we're doing right now is preparing the meeting. Then once we've got it to the point where the basic information is there, we're going to put it into plan mode. And by planning, we mean everything that goes from now until the meeting starts. There's going to be some things going on, like people are going to be able to say whether they're coming or not, and people can extend and they can put comments in there, and they can do a bunch of things to sort of prepare for the meeting itself. Then, of course, we're going to go into run the meeting, and that I'll show you some capabilities in a different video about that, and then we'll complete the meeting. But right now we'll leave it in draft, and we want to create some agenda items. So let's do that. The first thing is to choose a band, because this is a nice block party and we like to have a band, and there's a co-member who typically is involved in the band, so we know Betty's probably going to be responsible for this. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Maybe we'll spend 15 minutes talking about that. So we've set up an agenda item now. Let's create another agenda item, which is decide on or propose a caterer. And again, this is something that maybe Alex is typically involved in. So we'll go ahead and do that and let him know about that. Finally, let's choose another item, which is design a flyer. And maybe this one, maybe we don't need to assign somebody to that. Maybe that's just something we're going to handle as a group. So we've now created a meeting, and this meeting has 3 agenda items on it. Now, in each agenda item, I showed that you could add a person there. You can also, let me close this. You can also have a description. So, we want a better band than last year, because maybe there was some problems with it. We also can add some attachments to this, and this is really important for if there's some background information that's needed. This will be a nice way to just sort of make it available for the people that are coming to the meeting. I'll demonstrate that in just a moment. But we've got all that together. So good. I think we're kind of set for the meeting. Let's go ahead and put it in plan mode. Now in plan mode, it changes just a little bit. Plan mode again is for everything from now until when the meeting actually happens. So in the meantime, between now and the meeting starts, people can indicate whether they're going to attend. So maybe I could just say, yes, I'm going to attend. Maybe I'm pretty sure that I'm going to attend, or maybe I know I'm going to be out of town, so that's great. So maybe is going to depend, on, the other meeting that I have to go to that may run over, whatever it is. By doing this, you can set up a table. Again, these are the 4 people that are in the members role. So if there were more people in there, you'd have more entries there. Each person can come here and update their status. You can update it as many times as you want to. So if your status changes, like I've been called away, I'm not going to be there, you can go ahead and indicate this. And that's just a nice way so that when you're approaching the time for the meeting, anybody can go in there and look and see, who's going to be there. And perhaps if a lot of people are going to be vacant, then perhaps the meeting should be scheduled for a different time. Now, what we can do is we can let people know about this meeting. I mean, maybe you had some discussions with some people, so they basically know the meeting's coming. But now that you've got it entered in here and you've got a specific set of agenda items, you may want to send some email, and that's quite easy. So we'll send some email about the meeting like this. We use this form again. This is going to go to the members, so this is the same group of people that the meeting is designed for. Okay, you could change the role here. You could add some people in here. The subject is going to be the subject of the email message, so we've automatically generated a subject here that's good, but you can change it if you want to. And you can also put a little note at the top. Let's get together and make a great plan. Hope to see you all. Okay, typical sort of thing. We can do some other things. We can add some attachments and whatnot, but that's typically all you have to do. And I'm going to say send now, and that's now going to send the email off to them. So everybody who's a member of the workspace, who's part of the meeting, will receive an email message, and it looks like this. I wanted to show what it would look like. Everybody will get one. It tells a little bit about the workspace. You've got links to the workspace. Here's the message that you put in there. There can be some attachments on there. And most importantly, down here you have the agenda, you have the information about the meeting, you've got the scheduled time, you've got all the pieces that you need in order to go there. So typically what people would do is they then click on this, and that brings up the web page for the meeting. It'll automatically log them in if they're not already logged in, and they can then go on and do some things with the meeting record itself. When you receive the email and you access the meeting from that, it's possible for other members to come in here and augment what's here in the meeting planning session. That's why we call it plan, because it's all the things they're going to do on the way into the meeting. So Betty, for instance, may have some documents that she wants to share with people. And so it's really easy to do. You can attach them with this. It's quite easy to grab a couple of files. I'm going to attach 2 files here because I just happen to have 2. And here I can say, this local band was reviewed well, and then I can upload that, and then I can say here's a list of other options. We don't have to go with that, but we can upload that. And so we save that. So now associated with this agenda item, these 2 documents are here, and if anybody wants to access them, they can go and click on this and bring that up and see that. So everybody, this would be something that Betty would do. Obviously, Alex might do something similar here, might add some extra. Alex may make a comment. And this is a good way to put in all of the points that are going to be made. So just some things like that. Some people like to prepare what they're going to say ahead of time, attach it as a comment on the agenda item, and that way when it comes to get their turn to speak, they can tell people just look at the comment, and then they can speak to it, but everybody's got the notes right there so they know what to follow along. So Alex has actually gone and extended the meeting in this way. Well, that's essentially it. You've set up for your meeting. You've set a date and time for the meeting. You've set a reminder period, if you remember. And so this will automatically send an email 180 minutes before the meeting, and it'll send it to all the people. You've set up a agenda, and you've assigned them to people. You've assigned time on that agenda item is to last. And those people can then extend that by either putting comments or documents on there. So that's all you need to do to set up a meeting. And the next video, I'll talk about running the meeting.